Frelund sees things a little differently because she's looking through a prism of cold, hard data. There is no gut feeling involved here, but there are more numbers than I know what to do with, so thankfully she does. What she's done, and stop me if I'm wrong, is used past production to predict future production. And these are the playoff probabilities that she's come up with on the NFC side, where there are two teams with especially good chances and a pretty big drop-off, with about 5 teams huddled up in the 58 to 49% range. Packers at 58. That feels notable, Cynthia, considering that they are third in the NFC North right now. How did you come up with that?
Third in the NFC North, but they're going to slide into fourth overall, meaning they win the NFC North, because if you're looking at their schedule going forward, they're favored in every single one of their games in my model, except for one, and that's Minnesota, and that one's essentially a coin flip. But there's 4 games left that they have where they're over 70% favorites, including, sorry, Reggie Wayne, this week hosting the Dolphins.
We'll see about that. Let's go, Brock.
Just taking down your hot take. Another team that isn't currently leading its division that you seem to be predicting will at the end of the season is the Eagles. 18% more probable to make the playoffs than the team at the top of the division right now in Washington. Why is that?
Well, Elliott Harrison dropped him out of his top 10. I'm totally with him on this one. That loss last week at home against Atlanta, which was not predicted by my model. My model predicted the opposite, was huge. Minus 10.5 projection points in that one, and they lost a lot of pieces on their O-line. O-lines are extremely important for predicting future success. I think Sean O'Hara will like that one, and that's a big difference in this one.
All right, let's see what the AFC looks like. Chiefs, Pats, both 99% likely to make the playoffs. Then it's the Texans at 62. That's a pretty big drop. Steelers, Chargers, Ravens, Bengals, Jags, and then another big drop off at 9 from 49% to 17% for the Colts. So it looks like this is really an 8-team race here. How much did the results of the Steelers-Ravens game influence where those two teams landed?
Oh, that one was huge. That dropped everything down. So now the Ravens were ahead. Now the Steelers are ahead, and the Ravens and Bengals are now kind of fighting for that last slot, 0.2 of a point separating them. That's going to be a huge difference. In 2 weeks they play each other. But we're looking at this week. You look at the Steelers. The Steelers are they still have already had both of their meetings with Cincinnati, and Cincinnati still has to face the Ravens at home and at Ravens home.
You have the Jaguars out of the playoffs right now. I think they're number 8 in the AFC. But I think you could look at this one of two ways. You've got them at 49%, so that's not good, but they're also still a coin flip to make the playoffs.
Well, look at what happens this week. They go up to Indianapolis, and that will be a huge difference maker. My model projects that they win, meaning that will shift the whole piece in the AFC.